made of cake and cotton wool. Today is my hand reveal. So yes. And there is a specific reason why I'm doing a hand reveal, and it's because I don't want gloves getting wet. And you're probably asking, why would gloves be getting wet? Well, souvenirs from my Japan trip, which is what I'll be talking about today. I was hoping I'd have my itinerary in front of me, but I can't find it. A garbage bottle, which I'm currently staring at, thinking, oh my lord, how much did I buy? But oh well, I think this will be really fun and interesting. And I guess I'll start at the start, which is I got my claws done. Prior to my try, I need to stop myself from gnawing on them. To do that is that cute from the local is like a pinky red color. I went, I'm going to be in order. I think tonal color. But as soon as I like pinks, I was like, I need to go pink, but I didn't want to go like baby pink because again, that's more spring, and also because my mother currently has pink claws, so I'm like, I don't want to copy her. So I ended up going with a shade called Rose. Actually, the tiniest. You guys probably can't even see. The camera is awful, but slight little discoloration on the very side of it, so it's like that really counts. And so yeah, for preparations, I got done. I got a haircut, but it's grown back, so I can't really tell. And yeah, I thought it was all hunky dory, and then we actually get to the airport. I was home, I had a sandwich. I was hanging out with my mum and one of my mum's friends, so we just had a good little gab. And then eventually, it's my turn. I say goodbye, and I leave. And I get on the plane, and I'm like, sat next to a girl, and I noticed she's got like a laptop cover, and I was like, oh my god, I know that thing as well. And we had a good talk about the thing. I won't say what it was. To protect identities, not only hers but mine also. But let's just say we had a really cool, intimate connection that we would never have known were it not for this serendipitous moment on this flight, which was like 45 minutes. So yeah, we had a great talk. I feel like I made a friend, and I thought that was a really good introduction to what I thought this trip would be like. And then I get to the international airport I left from Sydney. So decide how close I live to Sydney. And Sydney was fine. It was a bit boring. I was kind of like, I wish I had a fun little drink for most of it. And I should have gotten a fun little drink. I really regret not getting like some bubble tea from like the Gong Cha I saw, but I was like, oh my gosh, my flight's in 20 minutes. I'm boarding for my flight's in 20 minutes. And I was really worried about that. But I sat there, and I don't know how to read 24 hours time. So I discover that it was not 20 minutes away. It was an hour away. So I could have had a fun little drink. I could have had some bubble tea before I went. But oh well. At least I'm there. I'm on time. It's great. I get on the flight and I hang out. I watch some movies. I watched the Mario movie. Prior to watching it, I had no faith that so there's a rumor going around that there's going to be a live action Legend of Zelda movie. I had no faith prior to seeing the Mario movie that they could make one and make it good, because the Mario movie was surprisingly good. Like, I had no hope or faith in it because I thought the crisp rat would not make a good Mario. I was right. He did not. But everyone else in the cast was really great. Oh, hi, Aminar. How's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful Weasel Wednesday. So, yeah. So I watched the Mario movie, and then I do a Tim Burton double feature. So I watched Edward Scissorhands and The Corpse Bride. They're such good movies. I really loved them. You sound so smooth now, Pog. Yes, it's because of my webcam, so that's fun. I don't know why, but it's kind of weirdly fixed some problems I was having with my audio. And I've also, I'm literally staring at myself as I talk to this. I haven't noticed any glitching, so fingers crossed, because this is kind of a low-tech stream, so fingers crossed. So where was I? Watching movies on the flight so I went from Sydney to Singapore, and I was kind of hype about this because I hadn't been to Singapore airport before, and it was like, I don't know if you guys know this about the Singapore Airlines, but their flight attendants wear the prettiest clothes. Like, oh my god! Like, I know, but it feels bad like aestheticizing flight attendants and stuff, because in reality they're not so much food service as they are like paramedics. So I feel bad that they have to like wear high heels and like body mod dresses, but they looked so pretty. All of them had their hair done immaculate, and they were wearing these beautiful dresses that were like all, I don't know what the proper term for it is, but they weren't like paisley, but paisley is like the best I can describe it as. Like they were wearing these beautiful turquoise and gold dresses with like gold or maroon highlights. They were just gorgeous. And they were really super polite and friendly. That's going to be a theme for Singapore's airline staff, because Singapore was a bit of a drama. And I went from, oh my God, I'm going to have the best time ever, to, oh my God, I'm going to die. Because I had like a group tour, so I didn't have to worry about any of my flights. However, because I didn't have to worry about my flights, I didn't realize I had less than an hour to get from arrival to leaving. So I had to go through Singapore airport in an hour, which I did not do because I fluffed around. You know, I had to go pee. I needed to go pee, guys, and I needed to get. I thought I needed to get my luggage, but I didn't need to do that. I thought I needed to go through immigration, but apparently you don't if you're an Australian. I still don't get that, to be honest. So I had a nightmare in Singapore airport, and it only gets worse from there because I missed my flight to Osaka, because that's where the trip really begins, in Osaka. Um, and so yeah, I end up missing my flight. So then I get a new flight to Osaka. Luckily, there was one which was taking off when I would have arrived in Osaka originally. So for a minute, I've gone from like about to cry because, you know, I missed my flight. But I was also kind of like tranquil with it, because it was like, as soon as I asked the security guard, hey, how do I like leave this airport so I can go to the next one? He looked at my ticket and he made a face that was like not a good sign of things to come. So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm missing my flight. I'm fine with this. Um, so yeah, and so I get new tickets. And I've got, okay, 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. Fuck it, I'll go get some snacks. So I went to the 7-Eleven. The guy at the 7-Eleven is an unsung hero of this story. Um, because I get to the, you know, buy some snacks from him. I leave. You know, I sit down and I'm like, I can't find my phone. So that puts me in complete panic mode. I went from like, I was literally being a massive baby over this. I was like, that's my phone. That's my entire life just down the drain. That is like put pictures of um, my life, of all my apps, or like it had everything except like my money, basically. You know, just basically my entire life I just lost. And I'm freaking out. So I'm like, let's retrace my steps. So I'll go back to the 7-Eleven. If it's not at the 7-Eleven, then I'll go to the front desk where I just bought a new ticket. Maybe I left it at either of those counters. I did not. However, when I went to the 7-Eleven, there's amazing, beautiful human being who worked there. I'm serious. I don't know your name. I wish I did, but you are a god among men. He calms me down. He's like, it's fine. Just use my counter to like completely go through your handbag to figure out, just in case it hadn't just gone to the bottom, because I've done that before. And he's like just a calm presence. But you know, also, he was serving a guy who works security for the airport. And he said, oh, if you've lost your phone, you should go to the information counter. So I go to the nearest information counter, which is like downstairs and around the corner. And I'm like in tears. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I was here earlier. I took a photo of the display behind the information counter. So I quickly check it. Then I come back. And you guys are not going to believe this, but as I came back, a good Samaritan, a beautiful woman in a hijab, don't know your name either. You are also a beautiful, amazing person. I don't know what the best way to describe this is, but you are being, good things are going to come to you. Because you handed back my phone, and I managed to convince that, you know, I did the right thing. And I said, oh yes, this is my phone, this is my passcode. You know, that's a picture of my cat that's on my lock screen. And the flight attendant lady, information person, she's like, oh, he looks like Garfield. And then I go into a massive tangent about how my cat is exactly like Garfield. You are correct. He loves to eat spaghetti. He also likes to drink soup, eat Vegemite toast, because you know we're Australian. What else did he like? Had crepes one time. Yeah, he just loved food. So yeah, that, and talking about Buster obviously calms me down. I'm finally like a functional person again. So I go back, I sit down, and then I just stare at the wall. I'm like, I don't want to do anything until I can board for my flight. So I just spend like what feels like eternity in Singapore airport. I make fun of their carpet because it's ugly. And that's about it. Eventually I get to go, I leave, and I've been having like stress stomach aches, so I'm like dealing with that. And eventually I get to calm down and I'm on my way to Osaka. And that fortunately is as much drama as this. Actually, that's a lie. There is one up. There are two other instances of drama we'll get to at one is at my expense, the other not so much. But yeah, I finally get to Osaka. I watched more movies on the flight. I watched some Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves. It's such a long movie, and my biggest criticism of it is that I feel like it didn't spend enough time with the tiefling whose name I've already forgotten. It's really weird. It's a very forgettable movie, but at the same time, it was so good. I really enjoyed it. What else did I watch? I watched Clone High. I didn't really like it, but at the same time, I found myself quoting it. It's like, so I really don't know what's up with that. Um, Honor Among Thieves, Clone High. I definitely watched. I watched a little bit of Mad Max, the original one, because I was like, oh my gosh, I love Fury Road. I'm Australian. It's Aussie pride. I've literally been to the bar from Mad Max, but I only watched a couple minutes of it, and I was kind of bored. I was like, no one's dressed like they do in the remakes or even the sequels. Like, no one's dressed like they're about to go to a leather bar. I'm bored. Oh my gosh, seriously, what was the other movie that I actually watched start to finish on that flight? I don't even remember. Anyways, eventually I arrive in Osaka, and I think that's the main thing. And then because I missed my flight and had no way of telling people that I missed my flight because it's now Saturday. The people whose company I went traveling through, they don't work on Saturdays, so it's like there was a bit of confusion with who's picking me up. I spent like 15 minutes at the airport trying to find my escort, but I was like, can't find it. So I'll do what I'm such a mummy's girl. So I text my mom and I'm like, what should I do? And she's like, just get a taxi. So I get a taxi. And the taxi costs me $250 AUD, which isn't very fun. Also, for those curious, my flight from Singapore to Osaka also cost me like $150 AUD, but I didn't really care. I still don't because it's like it's fine. I missed my flight. That's on me. But and I had that thought going into the taxi as well. However, when I finally get to my beautiful, gorgeous hotel, I've apparently caused a bit of a panic because no one knows who I am, or any of that stuff. So this lady who works at the company, I think she was a tour guide for a different tour. I'm not too sure. I asked for her name and she did not give it to me. Okay, and so but we calm each other down. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm glad you're safe, I'm glad you're here. There's been communication issues, obviously, and I'll reimburse you all the money you just spent on a taxi. And I said, oh my gosh, you don't have to do that, but I'm so glad she did because I just got like 20,000 yen to spend. I already gotten some out from the bank beforehand, so now I've got like so much vending machine drinking money, and also, as you'll soon discover, money that I can use for other things. But yeah, I have like a good first night. I make friends with the others, to some of the other people on the same trip as me. I sat on a table with two other young. Well, I was the youngest at the table, and also that's fine because the second youngest, I look at her and I'm like, wow, you're beautiful. What are you, like 27? And she's like, no, I'm 40, 48. I was like, dude, you look great for 48. Like, I thought you were my age. And she said, thank you. I'll take this as a massive compliment. And there was also another lady on this table. She was in her 60s. This was like her own sort of finding myself trip, I guess you'd say. Everyone was just here for a fun time. It was great. So yeah, I make friends with them. I meet my tour guide. He's a really cool dude. Or at least that's what I thought. Controversy around him. I won't name names or anything. I think he's a really good guy, and by the end of the trip, people thought that as well. However, as we would discover on the actual first day of the trip, he wasn't always amazing at his job, which I think is fair to say because the group really skewed quite old, and so people didn't quite have the same level of fitness as him or even myself. So people were complaining about how much we were walking and stuff like that. So day one is Osaka, but also a quick trip to Nara. Nara, as you guys probably know, is the city of deer. And it's really cool and amazing, and I really loved going to Nara. My only complaint was that I forgot to bring my umbrella that day, and it was kind of quite rainy. But other than that, it was absolutely amazing. I saw deer. I shouldn't do it, but I did pet one of the deers because they just come up to you and they're like, hello, I'm cute. Give me food. You should absolutely do that, and you just do. Obviously, you give them the rice crackers that you can purchase specifically to feed them. You don't feed them human food, obviously. I actually didn't do that because I was like, I know I have so much money, but I don't know if I want to spend it on feeding deer because everyone else is doing it, but I don't really want to overfeed them. Anyways, we had a good time in Nara. We did a lot of walking around. We saw the parks. We saw the deer. We went to the gardens. I really thoroughly enjoyed the gardens. People were really funny because they were like, "Oh, we could always hear you, Mary. You're always clumping around in your boots." And I was like, "Yeah, it's really funny," but I was like, my feet kind of hurt. I think it's probably just because I've been wearing the same shoes for like more than 24 hours. That's fine. But then we get around, but as we arrive at the gardens, this is when like the first big drama happens, like the only drama that happens on the trip. And I was really worried it would set the tone for the rest of the trip, considering I'd just come from my own dramas with the obviously missing my flight. But a lady and her husband on this trip accidentally got lost. And so that kind of derailed us for an hour and a half. I'm really, obviously, they were found, they were safe, and I wouldn't say they were sorry, they just went on an adventure, and that was kind of funny once we could joke about it. But it was still kind of scary. Like I was really worried for them because they're an older couple. One of the gentlemen of that couple, he was 89. So it's like anything could have happened to them. They could have had a fall. They could have been mugged. So yeah, luckily nothing happened to them. They just got lost and they made their way back to the hotel in Osaka via a train. So they had their own fun trips. That's cool. Eventually, we all make it back to Osaka. We pick them up from the hotel, and then we have lunch. And oh my gosh, I love Osaka okonomiyaki so much. I'm an Osaka style okonomiyaki fan for sure. Absolute favorite food of mine. I just wish they'd given this more. Like, I only got half a pancake, and it came with like rice and noodles, and they're all very yummy. My other complaint was that they were a bit stingy with the prawns. Like, I love prawns. I'm Australian. Of course, I love prawns. And there was barely any in my okonomiyaki. There was like one teeny tiny one, which would have been tinier than my fingernail. So yeah, very stingy with the seafood, but that's fine. Lady from the night before, she doesn't like the one who I thought was like 20, but she was like 48. She gave me hers because she doesn't like prawns, but she didn't like put it down as like an allergy or anything. She was kind of like me. It's like if I get served food I don't like, I'll either not eat it or I'll just give it to someone else. So that's fine. So yeah, what else did we do? Osaka. I can't remember what we did Osaka afternoon. Was it the castle? Yeah, probably the castle because we went to the Osaka castle. It's massive and pretty. I don't have a lot to say about it other than that I saw some dorayaki on the way and I was like, oh, I should buy some, but we're so close to dinner. But I was like, I don't know if I want to. And then we finished the castle. Then we went on a little river cruise. That was really nice. Um, I sat next to an older lady, and this was my first encounter with her. So I don't have it with me right now. I really should have gotten it, but I have a photo card holder, like of My Melody on one side because that's the brand that's from like Sanrio's My Melody, and then on the other side, I of course have a photo of Spectre. And for the most of the trip, I was like, I need to make sure that the less cringe side is the one that people see. But because I wasn't paying attention, she saw Spectre and she looks at him and she's like, oh, anime. I thought about watching Yuri on Ice, but I couldn't really get into it because of the facial expressions that all the characters were making. And mentally, I was like, you were like 80 and you're talking about the gay ice skating anime? I didn't even like the gay ice skating anime because I didn't really like how they kept calling Yuri a pig. Controversial opinion, I know, but I didn't really like it. But I'm also like gobsmacked because Spectre is the Gesso Gal character, and I'm a Gesso Gal character enthusiast. Like, I need to make a Gesso Gal for my. Wait, I do have one. Is that it? No. Yeah. Cause see, I'm a Gesso Gal myself, so it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, that was different. Um, Then we had dinner. Oh, I loved dinner that night. We had sukiyaki. We had so much sukiyaki. I was like, this is it. This is paradise. And it was served a bit cold to us. Like we had like cold French fries, chips, hot chips. They weren't very hot though, obviously. And we got lots of beef and like edamame and like just sides like stuff like that. And I'm enjoying it. I'm going to town. I'm sitting with like another older couple don't have too much to say about that. They were very lovely. I enjoyed. They were amazing company. So yeah. And then we get back to the hotel, and we got a little bit of free time. And at this point, I was like, there was one thing I really wanted to eat in Japan, and it was pudding or creme caramels. So I went to a convenience store that was nearby, and I got myself some creme caramels, some pocky, and also, give me a second. I also bought this. You guys see it? In case you guys can't read it because it looks a bit blurry on screen, it's like a bath bomb. And it has like some kind of EV or evolution inside of it. So this is our first. We've gotten for our first unboxing. Ooh, exciting! Give me a second. Sorry, scam caller. But I'm back. So this is like just a bath bomb. It has sort of evolution figurine in it. Uh, so yeah, I'm kind of excited. Ooh, yellow. Yeah, this feels like an omen of a Jolteon to come. Which obviously I love all the evolutions. My goal is to get like whole plush collection IRL one day. So far I've got Umbreon, Espeon. Do I only have Umbreon, Espeon? Damn, yeah, I only have Umbreon and Espeon so far. That's a shame. I thought I had one more. So yeah, the goal is to eventually get more. So I thought this would be cute because there's no like bad one. Because this is embarrassing. I can't fucking open it. Do I need scissors? Okay, I need scissors. Give me a second. On. This is aimed at children. There we go. I was gonna say it has like a vague lemony scent, but it really doesn't. Obviously it's got the Pokeball design in it. It has a bit of a sandy texture, I'd say. That's. Ooh. Oh, oops, the daisies. Oh man, this thing's melting. I didn't even mean to put like part of it in, but yeah, it's very effervescent. Very has no structural integrity. And me, just a little bit, absolutely turns it like um pineapple jelly yellow. That's fun and interesting. Okay. I put too much. I put too much water in this. I did not think this through at all. Okay, it's foaming up, man. You guys can't see it, but there's like it's like a soft drink right now. There is like so much. Can you guys hear that? There's like such a loud pushing fizzy noise. Shit, fuck. I'm going to. Oh no. Oh, really? No. Fuck. It's going everywhere. I didn't think about this. Be back in a minute. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. I'm going to need more paper towel. Oh man, they got on the carpet. Moving that. Why isn't my mouse fucking working? Hey. Okay, ignore that spam message. Oh, okay, so it's not leaving too much of a stain on the carpet. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Yeah, what else do I have to say about Osaka? Oh, so we were staying in a hotel that was on the main street, Midoji Street, and so that meant all the Christmas lights, and they were absolutely gorgeous. They were so nice to just walk around and see them just on main streets. So that was really nice. Um, what else can I think to say? Yeah, I think let's wrap that up for Osaka. I think I've talked about everything I possibly could for Osaka. And next on our itinerary was Hiroshima. So we went to Hiroshima on a bus, and it was like a 4 hour. Okay, did we go straight to Hiroshima or did we go to Himeji? Oh, okay, we went to Osaka then Himeji. That's right. So we went to Himeji Castle. I'd already done Himeji Castle on a previous trip, but and it was obviously in April. That was spring, and but it was so different to see it in autumn. And I definitely agree. Himeji's peak time is definitely spring. It just looks so gorgeous with all the cherry blossoms out the front. However, it's got its own unique charm in autumn as well. I got to see the winter cherries. Um, I learned about a lot of different things about the architecture. So our tour guide told us about the tiger fish things. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like fish with the heads of tigers. And allegedly, if there's a fire, they will sprout. They'll be like a mortar spouts to protect the castle. So that was interesting. He talked about the Barbast or Obars stone that allegedly that a poor woman donated her millstone to the castle to use as part of its walls, and that she was a miller, so she really needed that stone. She was poor, so she was giving up her income, and that her selfless act of giving inspired lots of other people to donate their stones as well to the castle. I thought that was a touching story, even if it's not true. That was kind of the vibe. People can test whether or not it's true. That was interesting. This time I actually went inside the castle. I didn't even know you could do that. Like I just kind of did all the outsides. But this time I went inside it and I climbed all of the flights of stairs to get to the top. And it was gorgeous at the top. And I also saw this girl, and shout out to her. She was taking photos of her oshi, um, in the castle as well. So good for her. I can see what I've gotten from the buffed surprise box. That's cool. And I got to the top, and I very stupidly did take a photo when I got to the top, even though I'd like 5 flights of stairs. So that's cool. So yeah, but I did Himeji Castle again. That was really nice, and it was exhausting. So I'm really glad that Hiroshima was so far away. Drive like 4 hours, which I didn't mind because it's like 4 hours. That's fine. That's completely chill. And we had breaks as well. Um, don't. I'm looking at my pile of stuff. The item that I'm currently looking at is what I got in the one of the very random parking lots that we spend a little bit of time in on breaks. We don't have like a 10-minute break. Stop five, survive, as they say. And let's see. So what did we do in Hiroshima? Obviously, the next day we did Hiroshima Peace Park. We did, bot comment. So we did Hiroshima Peace Park, and we did the Peace Memorial Museum. Absolutely solemn, moving. I highly recommend going if you ever can. It's a lot to take in, but the atmosphere, it's horrifying. I don't know about anyone else, but when I was in there, I felt a tiny creature. Just, it's oppressive and it tears your heart out, and you think about current events, and it's a very museum, so I highly recommend visiting it if you can. And I feel really weird going into the next thing, but when we had lunch, we had Hiroshima-style okonomiyaki. I'm not a fan of Hiroshima-style okonomiyaki. I'm a carnivore. I struggle eating my greens, but so anything which is like 90% cabbage is a bit of a nightmare for me to deal with, but it's still so good. Like, come on. It's a fun teppanyaki experience. That was really nice. I met more people on the tour that I hadn't spoken with. That was really nice. The Hiroshima lunch. I was so embarrassed. No one else was like, everyone else was like, huh? What are you talking about? And I was like, just call it yaki in a very respectful way. It made me feel very pretty. There's other people who were referring to them as like, otoko, like, or this man's wife, Oksan, that sort of thing. And then in the afternoon we did. Wait a second. Certain I kept my ticket. Certain I saw it. Okay, I have too much crap over there. So if I find it later, I'll show it to you guys. We did. Oh, we want the ghost. There we go. Ghost is here now. Thank you for the redeem, Alpha. So we did Miyajima Island, and I adore Miyajima Island. It is one of my favorite places in Japan. This trip, I really hope to do everything I didn't get to before. Like, there's a museum there I didn't get to go to. I wanted to eat momoji manju. That's their signature dish, which is like fried cake with filling inside. And for Natalie, hi Meowfa, how are you both doing? So I'm really disappointed that we did not have enough time at all to do it. Plus, we were in the afternoon, so the torii gates weren't even in water. So, given the illusion they were in water, feeding on them, so it was kind of sucky. But in good news, okay. But in good news, on Miyajima Island, I ate like the best soft serve ice cream. It came with like rice crackers on top and like a sugar cookie, which was like painted with a deer, and it was delicious. I loved it. Also, very important about Miyajima Island, I did not get lost. Last time I got lost and I disobeyed the one rule. Ooh, classic. You watched Playmaker vs. Spectre. Absolutely go to duel. So I didn't get lost that time. That was really important to me. I did not want to get lost, and yay, I didn't. So that wraps up Hiroshima, I think. The hotel we had in Hiroshima was kind of hum-ho, so I don't have too much to say about it, which is really a shame because the lobby was gorgeous. They had like a Christmas tree up. It was beautiful. Also, actually, about the hotel lobby, I was playing Fire Emblem Heroes on my phone. I know, I'm so lame. Playing gacha games while I'm on holiday. And as I was doing that, the tour guide saw me, but he was once again my handbag charm. I wish I had still had like with me for this, but I was like, I'm not lazy. I'm too lazy to unclip it. And he walks up to me and he yells, "My Mellow-chan!" And I'm like, and he was like, "Oh, did you get that in Japan?" We had a bit of a talk about it. And I said, no, I got it in Sydney a couple of weeks ago. I'm really glad I found it because I saw another girl walking around Sydney as well, and she had the Kuromi version, and I really wanted one, so I was really happy when I found either a place which sold the exact same handbag photo card things. So that's cool. I think the girl's ready. yeah, she's a bit wet and a bit yellow, but we have Sylveon. Oh, I'm really happy that I got Sylveon from this. Like, I could not have planned that better. You'll find out why a bit later on, but she's still a bit bath bomby, so I'm just gonna put her back in there and she can just float. Yay, Sylvia! Yeah. Did we do after Hiroshima? Was Hiroshima? Oh, maybe this was when I got this boy. I just didn't think I got him this early in the trip, is all. So I don't want him to get wet from the. But so maybe Hiroshima, maybe the journey from Himeji to Hiroshima is when I got this guy. So I just bought him at a convenience store, really cute. I just realized I don't have it with me. I also bought played a crane game there, and for so Hiko Garashi, they're huge in Japan. I had no idea who it was, but I just cute kitty plushie, cute kappa plushie. I want one of those. And they're also tiny. I could probably absolutely easily get one, and I did. I picked up three at a time: a green one, a yellowy white one, and a dark brown one. I win, yay! Except as the crane moves, two of them fall out, and they one I didn't really want. So I got this like I thought it was a chicken nugget, but I later found out in where's Zenkoji Temple? Later in the trip, I found that he's actually tonkatsu, and I love tonkatsu. So yeah, but just another thing, just a cute little tanuki thing because I'm obsessed with tanuki. Like that's what happened in Hiroshima. The lunch, that one dinner. Okay, there's still much I need to talk about Hiroshima. So I have a bit of a tanuki obsession, and my fellow tourists would also very quickly learn that my enthusiasm for tanuki is contagious because obviously I'm taking pictures of the tanuki statues I see everywhere. I saw them in Nara. I see them everywhere. And people are like, "Oh, why are you so obsessed with them?" I'm like, "Because raccoon dogs are the cutest. That's why." And there was a sushi restaurant we went to in Hiroshima for dinner one time. There was like a female raccoon statue before and outside it, and it has like massive boobs and like no testicles or penis. And me saying these words out loud to people was very surprising. People were like, oh, "Mary, how could you say such salacious things? You're so pure and innocent." And I was like, I say the fuck word quite frequently. You just have not been paying attention, or I just have not shown you that side of myself. So yeah. What else happened in? I also at the sushi restaurant. It was like a banquet, and I got on a table where we kept getting like everyone's um I almost was spare lunch dinners because there was a couple and they were frequently bailing on dinner to have it like by themselves for two reasons. One, because they were self-described picky eaters, and two, like, allegedly on their honeymoon. I never had the game to ask if the rumor going around was true. So we got all of their food, and there was so much food. I ate so many cucumbers, so much edamame, and so much steak and sushi. I was like, oh my god, how am I ever going to finish any of this? I didn't. Spoiler alert. Nor did anyone else on my table because I was on a table with a pescatarian, his wife, who was not a pescatarian, another couple, and the tour guide. But the tour guide was just putting it away. I was like, God, I wish I had your appetite, mate. So yeah, okay, I think I'm done talking about because the next day we go to Kyoto via the train. Bullet train was really good, obviously. Not much to say about it. I'm sorry, but the bullet train is so underwhelming. Like it's like wow, it's so fast and so quiet, and the entire time I was like, this thing is going slow as fuck and it's noisy as fuck. I don't know what any of you people are talking about. So yeah, I did buy stuff. Oh wait, random. Oh, I forgot to talk about the stuff I got at Himeji. I got my fortune told at Himeji, but I actually don't know what it says. The other thing I got at Himeji, I just noticed and forgot to tell you guys about was this guy. Lighting is not. Yeah, that's not terrible. He was like a keychain thing, but the keychain's fallen off. He's just a fat cat, curled up in a ball. He's orange with a cream face. He's got testicles. His name's Maru. Because yeah. So yeah, random Himeji souvenirs. Had a good time. Another random Himeji souvenir. Oh, I found the Miyajima Island ticket I was looking for. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, beautiful picture of the island Tory gates with the water, but we didn't see the water. And I had literally all the time in the world this morning to like organize, and I said, "Nah, mate, she'll be right," and I'm really regretting that now. Anything I want. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna share you guys the stuff I bought at the Hiroshima. Oh, I see it. Never mind. So these aren't gifts to myself. I'm not a completely selfish bastard. But I bought this to my younger sister, and I bought this for the middle sister, so my younger sister. But yeah, so I bought the youngest one this because she likes Sanrio. She's cute. She's got feet, so hopefully this will fit her and not look ugly. And then I bought this to my other sister. I thought she'd enjoy it. It's pretty. It's kind of connected to Hiroshima since it's got the. You guys probably can't see them, but it's got the. Yeah, these things in the middle are origami birds. So I think it's really and thoughtful. For a while, this was 1.5, so if I'd known. Yeah, Christmas holiday presents for my sisters. And yeah, I think I picked really good gifts for them there. Speaking of gifts, the next day, so we arrive at Kyoto, we get some free time. I'm kind of like, oh yeah, that was day one. We only spent 2 nights in Kyoto, and the first night. And the first night I buy 3 very random objects. First one I found and was like I absolutely need to buy is this one. Have you guys seen this book before? The Oshinui, how to make your own Oshinui book, and I'm very excited by it. I'm like, I really want to make Oshinui Spectre real, but also I wouldn't mind making Oshinui Mary. I think I'd make a cute. Yeah, that's 2024 project. And I also bought a Hello Kitty scarf because I thought it was really cute. But as soon as when it was on the shelf, I was like, oh, that's so long and absolutely fit me. It doesn't really. Like it fits around my neck, but the pom pom, like there's like a loop in the pom pom, but they're constantly like popping out, so it's not thing to wear. I think it was meant for 8-year-olds. The last thing I buy is a 2024 diary. I really like this one because it's like really thin and small. I don't think it'll be that heavy. I'm going to pick some really heavy ones to cart around everywhere. Plus, it has Pikachu on it, and I can't say no to Pikachu. So yeah, those are the souvenirs I bought this first night in Kyoto. The second day at Kyoto, we go to That's not it. I don't know if I have the ticket for it, but I went to Ryonji Temple, where... Oh, that's not it either. I bought this. I'm not going to open it up because I think I want to just put the tag on it, but this is for my mum. It was 3,000 yen, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You're just going to have to take my word on it. It's one of those folding screens that's got a depiction of Ryonji. What it's called, Ryonji Temple. You guys know that place with the Zen garden? It's really famous. The tour guide kept reminding us it was Queen Elizabeth's most favorite place in Japan back when she was alive. So yeah, I really liked it. It's very zen, very peaceful. I do like the surrounding gardens better than the actual rock garden. I'm sorry. I just like the pond, and I like the Buddhist island in the middle, and we saw all these persimmons. Yeah, it's cool. What else did we do in Kyoto? Oh yeah, we get back. Oh, we went to the Golden Pavilion. It was nutty. Oh my god, so many people were at the Golden Pavilion. I know. Fork Scene and Kitchen, the really popular tourist was full of tourists. But there are like a lot of school kids there, and we figure, oh, they're just like you guys are tourists as well, so that's cool. And they're international tourists like ourselves. It was just really busy, and I really like the Phoenix on top of the Golden Pavilion. It's really cool. And the surrounds, I managed this time. There's like on the way, like so there's like a circular loop to get back to the front of where you can leave. And on the way, there are like two deposits with like stone bowls, which have like the little Jizos in front of them. And I just realized I missed other things. We'll get to that, I guess. So there's like all the little Jizos in front of it, and like stone coin donations, like that you can toss into these bowls. I actually managed. It took me 2 goes, but I did manage to get my coin directly into the bowl, so that's cool. What else did we do in Kyoto? Oh, we went to Kiyomizu Shrine, which is another favorite of mine. I wish I'd keep. I'm like, damn it! I wish I got all of the stuff out of my handbag instead of just being lazy and leaving it there. But yeah, at Kiyomizu Shrine, I bought an onamori for myself. I really wanted one specifically from Kiyomizu Shrine because it's one of my favorite locations. Unfortunately, it like Miyajima Island, that's what it's called. Miyajima Island were both kind of disappointing for me because I really wanted to see like the beautiful autumn colors, but it just wasn't cold enough yet for the southern parts of Japan, so that was a bit of a disappointment. And I still had a really good time. Kiyomizu Shrine was also really nutty, and there are a couple people complaining around me, which brought me down like that. I was like trying to make the most of it. Like, yeah, my feet hurt too, but I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to keep that to myself. So yeah. What else did we do in Kyoto? Oh yeah. I don't like green tea. I had a bad time at the green tea ceremony. I'd actually done it before, so on my last visit, and it was the exact same place. So I was a bit like, I've kind of seen this before, and I know I don't like green tea. I don't even like hot tea at all. So it was like I just thought I had to force myself to drink it, and I just noticed that. Okay, that's fine. I had to force myself to drink it. And I just didn't have a good time, and it's also really weird, like the cultural exchange around kimonos and wearing kimonos is like very up in the air, at least for me. But I did try on like the outer jacket, and I felt pretty in it. So there's that. Oh, and the local woman who works there said I looked very cute in it. So I wore like this pretty one, which like a maroon color with flowers on it. It was gorgeous. Yeah. What else? And I think that's everything for Kyoto. Yeah. And what did we do after Kyoto? I'm literally blanking. I need to check something real quick. Kanazawa. Oh my god, how did I forget Kanazawa came next? Okay, so I really enjoyed the one night we spent at Kanazawa, even though, as you will see, I didn't technically have the greatest time at Kanazawa. But we went to the Kanazawa Gardens, and it was so gorgeous. Kanazawa is like unusually rainy. Like even looking on the itinerary, it was like this place has twice the amount of annual rain as anywhere else on the list. And yes, it was raining. It would just come and go in floods. That was fine. You don't really need this in front of me. But yes, I need that later. So it was super rainy, but it was so beautiful. Like I saw the famous stone temple, the massive pond. Um, it was like a little shrine, torii gates. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Kanazawa Gardens. And then afterwards, we went to the Kanazawa Museum of Modern Art, and I was like a kid in a candy store. Oh my god! I did, because it was raining. However, the hi Mary, what are we looking at? So this is one of the souvenirs. I'm not going to unwrap it because it's for my mum, and I don't want to unwrap it because it's for her. But underneath my there's a bit of a stain from my bath bomb. So it's like I'm just gonna hide that. Yeah, don't pay no mind actually on the screen. So yes, Kanazawa Art Museum. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I didn't get to fully immerse myself in the most famous artwork there, which is the swimming pool, but I still got to see part of it, and and that resulted in a really funny exchange where I was with one of the other ladies I'd made friends with, and I said, "Oh my god, I want to go in." And we're staring at like a swimming pool, and she's like, "You're not allowed to actually jump in, are you?" And I said, "No, no, no, no. You so underneath there's like a glass screen where people can actually go and stay dry. Don't worry, I don't actually want to jump into the swimming pool when it's literally dark and raining." So yeah, swimming pool was great, but there are a lot of other artworks I really liked. Age was such an amazing experience. It was one of the free artworks, but it was gorgeous. You should have had it. Like, so it was like a multimedia production where we were given like a fashion sequence from like really cool wearable art. It was just so cool. And there was like a video to accompany it. It was projected on the screen and had the models sashaying around, and he brought those costumes to life so well. Like there was one which was like inspired by like an astronaut suit. The model was like really going for it. She was like in slow mo. It was so good. And there was another one where it was like, oh, last two ladies just walked on screen normal way, but this lady, she's now on the ceiling, but her hair's been done up, so it looks so she's almost as if it's like the right way, if that makes sense. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. Kanazawa Art Museum, Chef's Kiss. I had a great time. Like there's some stuff there I didn't like, but I am modern art's #1 defender, so I'm not going to go into it. And then we get to the drama at Kanazawa. Like so we had dinner, and dinner was okay. There was some drama because the gluten intolerant lady was missing courses, but that's neither here nor there. They made up for it. But but we get there, and and some people were like not super happy with the service, but it was because there was and this was happening on the next table over, but a guy had worn a jacket with a really famous brand in Japan. It's not so known outside of Japan, but it's massive in Japan. And so that meant the service thought that guy was an employee for that company. And if he was an employee for that company, then he had to be a VIP. So obviously we need to put our best foot forward, but in doing so, the waiters instead were like super nervous. That was kind of funny. So it's getting late. We finished dinner, and this is where my drama starts. Literally, as we're going down the stairs, and we get to the final flight, and the tour guide's like, "Okay, everyone, be careful. There's one last step onto the street. It's not even." You know, he's giving us the warning, and as he's literally giving it to me, I trip and fall. Yep. And I go knees. Luckily, my knees take the worst of it, but I'm like panicking because I just I did yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I immediately disobeyed what I immediately disregarded the warning that the tour guide just gave us, which is kind of embarrassing. But the reason I did it is because Kanazawa girls. They're really pretty, and I really like them. It was Friday night, so I guess they're all dressed for the nines. But there was like this gorgeous girl, and she was right outside the door, and yeah, I'm checking you out. I'm gonna be honest. And I immediately, for all intents and purposes, face plant in front of her, and I swear she and her friends started laughing at me, and then everyone's worrying for me. It was awful. I did not enjoy. And also, I still have the bruises on my knees? I'm really checking. Nope, that one's good. Okay, the knee, one of my knees is still bruised from that. It's only a teeny tiny bruise now, but at the time I had like a skinned knee one and like a big-ish purpley yellow one. But yeah. And then the next day we go to some other places. We went to the next day after was kind of boring, if I'm being honest. Like nothing too exciting happened. It was rainy, and we went to like a samurai house, but it was a samurai's house. We saw like three of them. That was the first one. I guess that's kind of special. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much to say on that one. So what happened the day after? I mean, lunch began a trend. We were served so many buffet style meals. It was really weird. But I'm not going to complain because that means I get to choose what's on the menu, and I want this and I want that. So I ate lots of fried and also actually at that lunch something very important happened. I found the first soft drink machine had like melon Fanta, and it's like radioactive green, and it's delicious. Give me a second. Okay, cool. I'm just. I thought someone knocked on my front door, but apparently not. Oh, thank you for the follow, Dempa Fish. I really appreciate it. It's very sweet of you. Which kind of reminds me, thank you to Zone Trigger for the follow as well from last night that I missed. Thank you both. Very sweet of you. I really appreciate it. And now my brain's like, okay, where are we up to? So we just finished Kanazawa and that place I don't remember the name of. I think it might have still been Kanazawa. Oh, the next day though. The next day is something really good, I promise. So the next morning we go to Shirakawa Go. What has to be broken before you can use it? Pasta? Spaghetti noodles? So curious. Okay, so I said it was boring. I was wrong. I was forgetting. But we're actually at the highlight of my trip. So I have only seen snow prior to this trip like twice. And when I say snow, I mean like three snowflakes falling from the sky. It's barely snow to anyone, to those of you who are probably from like the northern hemisphere. Oh, an egg. So Kawago is a historical, like you know, listed, and it is gorgeous. I like even arrived. It was like, oh wow, this is beautiful. It's got like the autumnal colors we're all hoping for. It's got like the foggy mountains. It's beautiful. But as we get off and we start exploring, it's just snow, like for real. And I'm like, smack, like this is proper snow. This isn't the weird Australian snow I've experienced in September where it's like that's barely snow. This is proper snow. And I've got my umbrella and I'm walking through it. I'm having fun, like, you know, trying to catch snowflakes and stuff like that. Also, there's a Tanuki statue there, which is also really important. So I'm having the time of my life. Shirakawa Go, absolutely beautiful place. I highly recommend going. It's just lovely to walk through the little village. They've got some quirky little souvenir shops. There's another samurai house. It's also pretty cool. You go upstairs and you can see like the surrounds because it's like a silkworm breeding place. Like they make it for silk to make silk. Very interesting. I didn't learn anything from it, but it was still very interesting. So yeah, and then we did that in the morning, and then in the afternoon we arrived at where we're going to stay for the next 2 nights, which was a place called Takayama. I thought Takayama was going to be a bit hum ho, but it was actually really nice. I had a good time in Takayama. We got some like free time to just wander around, and it's also known for its Saru Bobo. If you don't know what a Saru Bobo is, it's like a little doll that doesn't have a face, and it's really cute. I promise, it's not creepy at all. And they were given to young women on like before they got married, you know, to for a safe, happy marriage and easy childbirth. So that's these days they're all just good luck charms. That was really interesting. I had lunch there, and I know I keep complaining about eating my greens, but this was the only place where I was like, give me more cabbage. I've never said this in any time in my life, but I want more cabbage. This cabbage is so good because it was like stewed in a really tasty broth. It was just so good. I like really enjoyed the meal we had at the Takayama. Like cafeteria is the best way I can describe it. Yeah. Um, yeah. And then the first night in Takayama, I'm a bit bored, so I actually buy some shopping stuff. Um, yeah, this is the only non-ephemeral thing I bought in Takayama. I bought some more pocky to eat and some soft drinks, but I also bought a sketchbook because I was a bit bored. So just sting it out, making sure I can ruin it. But also because I have like a challenge where like I want to draw Spectre as often as possible, and so there's some warm ups of that. What I ended up drawing, you guys. Yeah, he's just a little kindergartner. Oh, I missed Fushi Shrine. This is reference. Yoshinari Shrine, Kyoto. One day I'll climb to the peak of it. This is not that time either. But this is referencing what we saw in Shrine. Walks past like a bunch of kindergartners also on their way, so that was interesting, I guess. And this is also just something else I drew. Okay. Do you guys know the strawberry OC of mine? This is her front. Yes. One decided that this and the weaker like chaotic siblings. So yeah. I think that's everything I ended up doing in the sketch pad because eventually I put the sketch pad too far deep in my suitcase and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to get it out anymore. Yeah. Oh, my gear. Oh, and Takayama was also where the hotel had the best thing in the world. It had a built-in karaoke floor. Unfortunately, the karaoke was separate from it, so you didn't get a discount if you're staying at the hotel, which was bullshit, by the way. But I went to karaoke there, and if you guys remember, I tried to stream either via Discord or via Twitch. I think I tried both at one point. It didn't really work, but it did give me some inspiration because I sang the most killer cover of TNT at the karaoke, in my opinion. But you guys just have to take my word for it because I don't know because it did not because I don't think anyone heard it through Discord and I wasn't recording on Twitch at that point either. But I also discovered that on Discord, I'm not Discord, on Twitch, I don't think you guys can hear me when I stream from my phone. So that's fun and interesting and cool. Yeah, so I went to karaoke both nights, and on the first night, which is the one that I didn't record, I actually went with one of the ladies on the trip, the one who told us talking to me about Yuri on Ice. She's also a massive BTS fan. She's like in her 70s, and she's a BTS fan. I was like gobsmacked, and she's like in the fandom, as I later discover. Like she tried to talk to me about BTS fan fiction, and I was like, nope, no, we're not doing this. Nope, that's a can of worms I'm not going to be drinking from anytime soon. But yeah, we had a great time. She also listens to a lot of Bruno Mars, and it was really funny because I was picking like all these songs from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, and she was like, "I'm going to pick songs from the last 10 years," and it was a very funny dynamic. And I'm a bit of a performer, so I had a great time to karaoke. So yeah, Takayama, pretty good. Oh, and the next day we went to the Takayama morning markets. They're really fun, and that I bought again. This one for my dad is a T-shirt. In case you guys couldn't tell, it's got like a cow on it. Oh, it has a Saru Bobo on it. Well, I thought I got the one with the Saru with the cow. Maybe I got the one. Uh-oh. I may have bought the wrong shirt for my dad because I could have swore I bought him one with a cow on it. This one has a Bobo on it. You know what? It's neither here nor there. He'll like it either way, I'm sure. And we'll wear it for inexplicable purposes. So yeah, I bought this at the Takayama morning markets. Then we went to another samurai house. It was called the Wada House. It was pretty interesting. Had lunch, and then after lunch we went to the government house they've got down there. It was interesting. Other people found it really boring, but in my mind I was like, wow, this is where all the secret ferret business takes place. True story. And it's also when Maru broke off my handbag. Really sad. Luckily, he made a massive clonk sound on the floor. It's alright. And the lady behind me, who I don't know, she was just a random tourist also, she was like, oh! And I was like, oh! And then I found him pretty quickly. And, then, we also got some free time in the afternoon, and this morning at the morning markets on the way to, we passed by a cat cafe. So I got lost going to the cat cafe, but I got there eventually, just in the nick of time, because I paid for 15 minutes with the cats, and they were closing literally 5 minutes after I would have left. So yeah, it was really nice. I had the best apple juice I think I drank in the entire trip. I drank so much apple juice on this trip, you guys do know. There's not much else for me to drink. Coke's expensive. Not everyone has melon soda. So yeah, a lot of apple juice. And the apple juice is really nice, and you're like, oh, it was a cat cafe. What were the cats like? Thank you for asking. They were great. When I'm at a cat cafe, I don't know if this is normal behavior, but I'm legitimately just happy to sit there and watch them. Like I was given like a cat teaser toy, but I was like, I know this cat doesn't want to play with me. Not when the cafe owner is in the room. And there were such stooky babies with her, but that was like absolutely nothing to them. One of the cats was super like a big, massive attention fan. He was like, I need everyone to look at me right now. He was like meowing on the top of his lungs. He was getting up on like the wooden beams that they had in the ceiling for them, and he was having fun jumping off them into the net underneath. He was having a great time. The cat which I think liked me the most was the one which was just dead asleep in its basket. They were all rescue cats, so that was really nice, and they all were quite friendly cats in my opinion. Like at the last cafe, I watched all of them like get into a fight, whereas I watched two of them kiss each other. So very cute. I had a great time. Then afterwards, I walked around trying to get back to the hotel, and I needed to pee, but the only toilet I could find was a drop toilet. So yeah, that was fun. And now we get to the next day, where we went to Matsumoto Castle. It was cool and interesting. I found it very funny that they were like, we've built the ultimate fortress. So this one cannot be gunned down, but we'll never know for sure because as soon as we finished it, we entered an unprecedented time of prosperity and peace. So I found that funny. It's really beautiful with all the black lacquer on it. Honestly, and I feel bad saying, I was more obsessed with the koi fish in the moat than I was with the actual castle. Because these were some massive koi fish. I was like, what the fuck? These things are massive. Just when I thought I saw the biggest one, I saw the actual biggest one. Like, I literally got my phone out when I saw it and was like, I need to Google what the fuck is wrong with this fish. Because not only is it massive, it's also like pure gold. I was like, wow, this thing is literally Magikarp's shiny IRL. So yeah. Also saw a lot of pigeons. They were pretty cool. And we went to the nearby temples too. No, that was in a different town. God, literally so much happened. So Matsumoto Castle then followed up with the wasabi farm. Okay, so I was actually looking forward to I just realized we missed something really important on the itinerary. Okay, going back to Shirakawa Go real quick. We also did like a. I bought stuff at this place too. At Shirakawa, like afterwards, we went to a place which makes its own washi paper, and we got to make our own washi paper. Um, yeah, no, I literally just had. Oh my god, they slipped out. I didn't hold on to it properly, and it slipped out. So we made our own postcard cards and stuff like that. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. I was a bit of a smart so I wrote my name in katakana, unlike everyone else. I'm just that good. Just that's a fig jam moment. Fig jam. Fuck, I'm good. Just ask me. That is my fig jam moment. So yeah. Meowth is yeah. That's a really fun command that no one but me knows about now. Yeah, exclamation mark fig jam. It tells Nightbot to scream out, "Fuck, I'm good. Just ask me." Because I am. And so are you. So yeah, I bought these in there as well. I think I bought like some more, but I can't. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's good for when we get back to Matsu. Yeah, going back to Matsumoto Castle. Yeah, we made paper at some point. The castle I really liked as well. I got the ticket and I got the stamps on it. Can you guys see the stamps? You can. So yeah, consulting the sacred text. Oh yes, the wasabi farm. Back to the wasabi farm. I was looking forward to it because I was like, wow, I've never actually thought about how wasabi's made. I don't even know what it's made from. It's made from okra, I learned, and they need a lot of water to make it, even more water than what you need to make rice. That was really interesting. And it was also like really pretty. Like I was genuinely surprised by how picturesque the wasabi farm was. And there was like a shrine there and like some temples. It was like this place is really cool. And it had like some touristy things as well, like a cafe where I got an ice cream soda thing, float, iceberg, whatever you call them. And it was really yummy. Some other people more daring than I actually tried wasabi flavored ice cream. That was kind of interesting. Um, we saw the Japanese Alps from there, and yeah, the next morning was seeing more of the Japanese Alps as well as Sarayama. Did you get any pics of your man's Tanukis? I got a lot of pictures. I'll show you. This isn't going to be a good picture, but I'll show you. What do wasabi from? Yep. I can't really see him, but he's a boy from Takayama. Oh no, that's a girl. You can see because she's got ears. Yeah. What were we just talking about before I got distracted? Literally don't know. Wasabi Farm, what came out? Oh, the monkeys. So I'm not really a fan of monkeys. I think they're really creepy and uncanny to me. So it wasn't. Oh, rice farm. Okay, we're moving on from the rice farm slash wasabi farms because I think I've spoken about it enough. It was really pretty. Wasabi's Very spicy. I like my spice, but I can't handle wasabi. Naturally, there was one tourist on my group who did not know what wasabi was, saw this clump of green stuff on her plate, and then ate all of it in one go. We're as surprised as you are that she's still alive to tell the tale. I guess I had one more thing to say about wasabi. Now we're going to talk about monkeys. So we went to a monkey on Snow Monkey Park. It was a really long walk. Like, Christ fuck alive. I was really glad that I bought new shoes because I've got blisters on my blisters. They're disgusting. But the walk was actually really pretty, I have to admit. And I was like, I'm not sure how I'd feel with that. Actually got there. I was like, we'll see what 5 monkeys, 5 macaws, sharks, however you say it. We saw like hundreds of these fucks. I was like, oh my god. Once we got to the top of it, it's like just monkeys everywhere. For the redeem, I really appreciate it. Here's Ghosty. I need him actually. This is my support ferret because if we'd gone to like a place called Tanuki Park, obviously I would have been over the moon, but I was a bit cautious about the park. It was actually really interesting. It was the quote unquote season of love from them. So that was a direct quote from my tour guide. And as you can imagine, yes, they were doing it. And I was taking a picture of some monkeys eating when one of these monkeys, as I was taking pictures, got up and he had his season of love moment with another female monkey. And I got a picture of it. I was mortified. So yeah. What else? I also watched, cuter news. I watched some baby monkeys play with each other. That was kind of adorable. I got to watch them swim in the onsen. This was one of the things my dad was really excited for me to go and see, and I feel really bad that I didn't get that many pictures because you accidentally take a picture of monkeys doing something, and like I don't want to take more pictures, which I think is very understandable. So yeah. What else? Monkeys. What did we do after we come back? The bus. Came after the monkeys. I don't know because I don't have any pictures of it. But we had another karaoke. Oh, next day, big day. We got to see Mount Fuji. So we did a little bit of exploring of the Hakone Lakes area for the next couple days. We saw Mount Fuji, which is a beautiful, gorgeous mountain, absolutely breathtaking. Like something I don't think you could ever get sick of seeing. And it was a beautiful, clear day as well. Like we're very fortunate. You guys might remember from my last trip to Japan when I went to see Mount Fuji, I was sick as a dog, and also it was a horrible, rainy, snowy, avalanche warning kind of day. So to see it on a beautiful, clear, sunny day was just sublime, honestly. We went to the Ichiku Takabota. I absolutely messed that up. The museum again. So that's a guy. Was she hard to climb? No. I didn't have to climb her. So we went up to the 5th station and we went there by bus. So there was a little bit of just walking around. Oh my god. Moment. Scam callers, they continue to be the bane of my existence. But yeah, we didn't have to climb Mount Fuji time. So we went to the 5th station and this is another present. So I don't want to open it up. But I bought this is for my nan. I bought her a photo book of Mount Fuji scenery and the station. That's where I bought it. I also went to the shrine there because, of course, there's a shrine there. And I actually got my fortune told there again. And I got very good and it really came true. One of the fortunes on it was a friend who you haven't spoken to for a while will reach out. And someone did do that. So that was really nice. So yeah, Mount Fuji is absolutely gorgeous. Lake Hakone is amazing as well. So we saw a little bit of it, but that was mostly the next day. The bus driver, when we had for that day, he went absolutely above and beyond because he took his motley crew of tourists all around the lake just to get photos of it. So that was really cool of him. Low key, I got into a fight with another lady on this trip at this point. About Mount Fuji because I didn't like that she kept misgendering Mount Fuji. She's a goddess, not a man. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm right. So, yeah. And then we did Mount Hakone the next day. It was absolutely gorgeous. And Mount Hakone. That reminds me. Oh dear lord. I just looked at my mountain pile of junk again and it scared me. Give me a second. Don't mind me just putting random junk in front of you guys. I'll go through it. Oh, that's... Oh, I had it out. I can't find it. The souvenir that I bought, Hakone, that I wanted to build on stream. It's probably in my room, but I dug out a stuff that I want to go through first. So this is for me. I bought it at Mizu Shrine. I forgot. It's just a little magnet. I think it's really cute. It's a Tory Gate free. What more ask for? Yeah. If you guys know, you didn't. More stuff from the Ishikoku Kubota Museum. Yeah, the tour guides. It. Posters that I bought myself. Postcards with kimono design. These are going to be gifts as well for my reading group. So I'll just hand them out when I see them next. So that's really cool, I think. One of the samurai houses we went to was the Nomura house. I think this was the first one we went to. Matsumoto Castle. The Kusakabe Museum, so that's the one in Takayama. It was really cool. I highly recommend it. My talisman from the Golden Pavilion. My entrance to Monkey Park. My ticket from Kiyomizu Shrine. It's really pretty, I promise. It also changes per season, so this one has a maple on it. Bit of false advertising in my opinion, but oh well. The Wada House, which was Shirakawa Go, another hard recommendation. Please go there. It is gorgeous. The postcard that I made myself. I strained it and did it at Okayama. Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot to tell this story. One of mine is like kind of boring is because we all got like stamps. No, they're like these was paper. I don't know, but we all got the same amount, but no one really knew how to use them. If that makes sense, like everyone wanted like a billion designs on the same page, and the French man, he was one of those people, and he was like, "Oh, I've run out of. You only get 3," so he was like, "I've already run out of designs I can put on things," and so I just gave him one of mine because it was a dog and I didn't like it. But I got to use my good Japanese there, so that's really nice. I said Inugaski janai io io to the lady because she was like, "Oh no, don't give it to him. You use it for yourself." And I was like, "I don't want it. It's fine." So yeah, there's that. Oh, this is a bell. I got it for free at Mount Fuji. That was kind of cool. This is a guidebook for the Kubota Museum, explaining the different artworks in there, what the ideal pathway through the museum is. I really enjoyed this. This is something I absolutely want to keep. Also, one last thing to pile is the Rionji Temple guide. Also, one they change frequently, apparently, because the last one I had was blue, this one's red. So if you'll excuse me for a second, I'm going to see if I left the Hakone souvenir in my room because I was really looking forward to putting it together and I'm low-key freaked out that it's not in my pile of junk here. So just give me a second. I found it. I wasn't freaking out at all. Lying. In case that wasn't really obvious. Before we get to it, I found another really random. This is the one for the Hiroshima Peace Museum. Okay. I've been really excited about this one because Oshi, her name's Sayu, Oshima, something like that. I've already forgotten. But she's from the Onsen Musume project, so I think a really cool tourism. I don't know how it decides what it doesn't do. But yeah, she's like just a purple haired anime girl. I think she's really cute. I had a great time in Hakone, especially at the place where I bought this. I spent like probably too much yen on a crane machine. Like I'm not proud of the person I became when I was at that crane machine. I was like begging people to trade change. I was like, can you please change these random yen into 100 yen coin? So yeah, not proud of the very greedy ferret hoarder I was becoming because I wanted the purloin plushie that I could see. Picked it up several times and came so close several times to getting it. I did not, and that was really sad. So yeah, this is like a little wooden acrylic stand. I think it's really cute in Japan. And without like the anime girl, I think this is a really nice souvenir for myself. So I'll admit I don't really know what to do with the board when it's done, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Oh, okay. I hope I didn't damage that. So I have all the pieces. And this is how it should look. Hope you guys can see it. So stand. Temple goes back here. This one goes in front. One goes in front. Okay, head's been cut off. Here we go. And then Mount Fuji goes in the background. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a cloudy day in Hakone the next day, so I didn't get to see Mount Fuji from on the other side. Cool. From the actual like lake. I did see the Torii gates this is referencing. That was really cool. So yeah, I think she's really cute, especially in her like Japanese outfit. I don't know what it's called. Sorry, I don't think it's like a kimono, but it's close. It's like a modernized kimono. So yeah, this is just something I bought in Japan. I thought it was really cute, so I brought it home, and now I need to listen to her music because she has an actual voice actor. So that's cool. She can just hang. I don't know where to put her. I want to keep her on camera, but I don't know how. She can just stay there for a minute. Oh. No, this is Mishima. We're about to get to Mishima. So this was Hakone, and so that was like we're getting to the end. We're getting towards the end of the trip now. So we had like one night in Mishima, which was this night, and I was like still about how I rocked it at karaoke, and I like that this girlie had this is her alternate outfit. So that got me thinking. I want another alternate. You guys fucking see it. Yeah, I was thinking schoolgirl outfit. So this is like a potential mock-up for that. I don't know when it would happen, but it's on my to-do list now. Like I feel super energized towards like streaming and art, and although not so much writing, I want to write right now. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah. Then after Hakone came Tokyo. So now we're getting to the very, very end of this trip. Oh my god. Also, wait, I forgot to mention. Also at there's also like a size cutout of her. Yes, I did get a photo of myself with her. Oh, Fuji's. We also did, and also at Hakone, I tried a drink called Fuji-san soda. It's delicious. I highly recommend it. I don't really know how to describe it. It just tastes blue to me, like it's like blue Hawaii flavor or something. But yeah, that was cool. I also had a really nice ice cream at the black boiled egg place. I can't remember what it's called. Jikudani or something. So yeah, Jigokudani was fine. It wasn't really my cup of tea. I like my beautiful scenic places to not be called things like Hell Valley and smell like rotten eggs. What are you gonna do? It was still quite impressive though. But this gets us to Tokyo. A couple hours later on the bus, we arrive, and as soon as we get to the hotel, we stayed at the Sunshine Prince Hotel, which is connected to the Sunshine Mall, which is in Sunshine City, Ikebukuro, Tokyo. And Sunshine Mall has a Pokemon Center. So you guys can. So as soon as I got there, it was time. There was something I have had my eye on for quite some time, and literally the entire trip, I was like, I need to temper my expectations because what if he's sold out? What if that promotion thing is over and all that jazz? Like that was super important for me to temper my own expectation. But here's the thing. Da, 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 da. We have a boy. We have a guy. We have a lad. And I love him so much. He is small and squishy, and you can shake him, and you can kiss him and love him forever. I have myself a plush now. I am so ecstatic about this. I tried to sleep with him, like, and he kept falling off the bed, and I kept pushing him off. I felt really bad. But yes, I'm really happy I got the boy. I really wanted the boy. Not only did I get the boy, I also got this. But like, fuck it, shit. Yeah, I also got like a keychain with him, like with the Sunflora and his shirt on it. What else did I get? Oh, this is the tag. This is the tag that the plushie came with. I think it's really cute. I'm gonna hang it up on my plushie shrine. I guess that's the best way to describe it. I also got this, which is a proper keychain. Can you guys even see it? Yeah, you can. With him on it. What else? Where did it go? I literally just started panicking because I was like, it just despawned out of thin air. I also got this head with him on it. This is unironically the second best thing I now own regarding Gracias, in my opinion. I was like, why does this exist? I absolutely need it. I love it. The camera boy. There we go. Oh, what's this? Oh, guys, definitely. The museum guide for Canada, by the way, because I'm using this place as a labyrinthine and nightmare to navigate, and I can't read, so there we go. Enjoy the board again. This is back from my trip, from the very start of the trip in Nara. This is the garden to get to the gardens I went to. Oh, this is another random thing. Hello Kitty badge for my eater bag. We'll talk about the eater bag in a second. So yeah, put it in Takayama from a vending machine. No, pond machine. So yeah, we're not quite done with all the Pokemon stuff yet because when I was at the Pokemon Center, obviously I got thirsty afterwards, and I just was wandering around because I was like, "There's a food court in this mall somewhere," and literally across from the Pokemon Center is the Pokemon Cafe. I had an interesting time at the cafe. Um, so I bought a drink there, and it was literally 90% ice. I was like, God, this should be illegal. But what wasn't ice was absolutely delicious. I got some kind of tropical mango drink with ice on top, and you could. I also paid extra for the custom straw, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do with this. I'm worried that if I take it out and actually use it, it's not dishwasher safe, or I'd have to do it myself, which is fine. But I'd like to just be able to take the. Can you take this loop off? I'm not sure. If I can take the loop off and then just wash this as it is, that'd be great. But I'm worried that's not the case. But yeah, we have this thing that may never be come out of the package and used for its intended purpose, which kind of sucked, if I'm being honest. That was a pun. I did not mean to make it. I'm just tidying up because it's like my brain getting a bit exhausted. So we had 2 days in Tokyo. The next day we went to the. What did we do the next morning? Yeah, we went to the gardens the next morning. That's right. I kind of forgot because we didn't do as much in Tokyo as I did last time. So we went to one of the gardens in Tokyo. The other, the Imperial Garden, was closed because it was Friday, and that's just when it's closed. There's nothing you can do about that. The gardens were really pretty. I was weirdly obsessed with the pigeons there. I really don't know what was going on with my brain. I was just like, man, look at these pigeons. They're just so cute. They're just lads. They're just guys. They're just hanging out. They're having fun, doing pigeon stuff. We also saw a lot of ducks at the gardens. I also really love ducks. I think ducks are probably my favorite kind of bird. So yeah. Then afterwards, what did we do afterwards? We did like some sightseeing around Tokyo. We saw the Shueisha building. We saw the Kodansha building. We also saw the Nintendo building in Kyoto. I forgot to mention that. What else? Oh, we went to Shibuya Crossing, which I am like a very misophonic person. So that was a literal nightmare for me. Also, really funny is that when I was in my hotel room recovering from being misophonic, I was like, man, I'll just scroll through Instagram, and I was like going through my For You page, and I saw a video of a VTuber. I don't remember who, making a video about one of her pet peeves because she's a Tokyo local, and she was talking about the Shibuya Crossing and how tourists make it even more of a nightmare. And all the things she was complaining about were things that we did. Okay, when I say we, I don't mean me. I'm talking about all my other tourists. I, meanwhile, was just focused on making sure I made it across the crossing in one piece. Also, at the Shibuya Crossing, I saw Pekora, and also for that blonde Japanese VTuber, Moma Nene or something like that. Really, she was really cute. I was really impressed. I was like, oh my gosh, VTubers in Shibuya. Can you believe? And I said this to one of the ladies I was next to, and she was like, I don't care about YouTubers. And I was like, that's fine. I just think it's cool that my subculture is being represented on the TV right now. Yeah. We had more time and do some shopping, so I did some more shopping. This time, not for myself. You can stay, Riley. You can stay. These are more presents for my sisters. My younger sister asked for a keychain with Roselia on it, and there was a keychain stand which had like Pokemon on it, except for the Roselia line. And there was a hook where it was like completely empty, and I'm convinced that the Roselias were just sold out. So that was fun. So in the end, I got her a keyring, but with Miss Rivers on it. I was like, because she also her backup request was one with Beautifly, and I was like, there's no Hoenn Pokemon on this stand, and there's only Paldeus Pokemon on the other side. So I was like, I'll just look for what else is. Cause she just asked for something cute in the end. I took a photo of like 4 keychains, and I was like, ignore the one in the middle. I know you'd already hate it, but what about the other ones? And she said, yeah, I'd be happy with any of them. So she ended up getting Misdreavus when the trio she could pick from was Cleffa and Marill. But I think Misdreavus is nice. I feel like it would complement the kind of clothes she wears. Like she wears darker colors, not so much lighter colors, like pink, for example. So yeah, Misdreavus. And then my other sister, the youngest sister, she asked for something pink and cute. And I know she's a massive Sylveon enjoyer. She did like a very monotype challenge in Sun and Moon once, and Sylveon was her MVP by far. So, hello, I'm Sylveon. So this is like a Christmas present. Like I'm going into this shop, I actually thought finding something pink and cute would be harder because I was like, surely they're the most sold out creatures on earth. But nope. And it's also why I found it funny. Oh, very yellow. It's also why I found it funny that I got the Sylveon from the surprise box. Oh, I just noticed. I forgot to talk about what Pokemon plushies I also bought. I also bought, because I had to, Parugly is my all-time favorite Pokemon. I had to have a Parugly keyring. I was also on the hunt for a fur plushie, but unfortunately they just did not have any. I was also taking Sentret, but the best I could do. You guys have probably already seen him on my Twitter. He's currently unnamed. I think I'll name him when we do the Lanoon solo next time. So that's something fun to look forward to, I think. So hello, everybody. We've got a boy. We have a lad. Maybe she's a girl. I don't know yet. But yeah, we got a Lanoon. So some other free time we had, because we didn't have as much free time that afternoon in Tokyo as we did the next day. Wait, before I go into, I bought one other Pokemon thing. I lied. So I also did with my sister. The only thing I missed from the brassiest pickups, some Pokemon cards. Yay! I played the Pokemon TCG because I don't know how it works. I am part of a card games IRL group, and they said, yeah, they'll probably be too big for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but if you just buy Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves and then sleeve them in this, they'll fit just fine. So yeah, I can eventually I'll have the Ultimate Husband deck. That's something to look forward to. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. My final day in Tokyo. What did we do before we went to lunch? Oh, the Sky Tree. That's what we did. The Sky Tree. Oh my god, the Sky Tree. It was exhausting. So on my original trip to Tokyo, I got lost in the Sky Tree, so my objective this time was to not get lost and also have time to do some shopping because I saw they were shopping. However, fucking hamsters. So all throughout my trip to Japan, I haven't been talking about this, but I noticed something. There are these fucking hamsters, and they are fucking everywhere. I mean, they're like called Mogomogo or Chikawa or something. I have no idea, but they're like a hamster, a rabbit, and like a cat. I don't even know. And they were like tourist keychains everywhere, and I was like, fuck it. I want one now. This is where specifically I wanted like this one, but I couldn't find it. So yeah, bit cranky because these hamsters were having like a stamp rally at the Tokyo Skytree, and that means it was extra super busy. Like I tried to get in line just to get a normal drink, and it was just impossible. I was like, I have less than an hour. I can't be waiting around for it. It was just absolutely shocking because people were just going gaga for these little characters. Them and Sumiko Garashi, I saw them everywhere, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't get something with one of these characters on it because I got Tonkatsu from Sumiko Garashi. So yeah, but they were kind of crazy, kind of amazing. So this is just a brochure from the Sky. This is my ticket from the Sky Tree, but what's important is not what's on the but what's on the back, because I am a massive Sora Kara-chan stan. She is my Kami Ashi. She's just a mascot character for the Sky Tree. I think she reminds me of Hikaru from Star Twinkle Pretty Cure. She's got like a star-shaped head. Her name literally means from the stars. She's really cute, and I really wanted to get some merchandise of her this time, but everything that was good was expensive and like difficult to pack because I was like, I don't want to buy a plushie of it intended to go on your bike. That's too much. So but all the like the tiny key rings and stuff were ugly, and it was just a bad time. So this is as good as it gets. Literally a stamp of her, but I could only put on my ticket. She also has friends, but I don't care. Just her. So yeah, very cute. Then we get to the final afternoon, which I went to all like my big objective for the afternoon was to go to the Graph Art Cafe, which has now changed its name to the EO store. I really wanted to go because I know they make cute merchandise for Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, but just a seasonal thing. At the moment, it's Sarah Zanmai and Sasamiya-kun. I have no idea. I only recognize the Sarah Zanmai guys. So I got a drink, and that was, oh my god, the EO Cafe. I was so embarrassed the entire time because I assumed because online it looked super busy all the time, but it was just me in there. It was dead quiet. I have no idea what the girls at the cafe, the waitresses, were saying because I could not hear them through their masks. They were probably gossiping about me. They're like, "What's this girl doing here? Like, why? Why is she here?" And so I very awkwardly managed to order a drink, and that was a test and a half because I was trying to read the menu, but I could not decipher it for the life of me. So I just ended up calling a waitress, and I'm like, "Can I just order this one, please? Where is it on the?" Because they've got like the system where you just write down what you want in there on like a piece of paper, and you get it. So yeah, and also they come with novelty coasters. So I've got one of the boy whose name I don't remember from Sarazanmai, but I'm glad I got the cutest one in my opinion, the blue colored guy. So yeah, and there's also a struggle because at the bottom of it, you guys can't read it, but it says not for sale. So reading that, I made the logic. What I thought was the logical conclusion was that you don't get to keep this after going. So I left it on the table and I leave. And the waitress comes barreling out of the cafe with it in hand, giving it to me. She was like, "No, no, you can keep it." And I was super grateful, obviously, but I was so embarrassed because I didn't want to steal. I was like, I thought you guys was yours, but it's just a cardboard like coaster. He did it at one of that night because like, if I'm keeping it, I may as well use it. So yeah, this was a struggle and a half. But I also did some other shopping in Ichabod. I bought some more swag for my eater bag. I bought some more magazines. I've got some others from the girl, unfortunately. What girl? But yeah, I bought some more Masheri pins. I thought they were really cute, and also you got two for like the price of one of the bigger ones, so I thought that was pretty good. I also got this one from a gachapon machine. I thought it was really cute. Just card character Sakura with the creme caramel Sanrio character Pompurin. I thought that was really fitting as like a final souvenir, basically. Also, we also got three more things. We got three more things. The first one was the only actual Yu-Gi-Oh merch I bought. I was like gobsmacked when I saw this because I was like, this is the most random thing in the universe. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh display at Animate is tiny and it's got stuff like this in it. There was like a blind box and it had the most random characters in it. It was like Kaiba, Judai, Johan, Bruno. I was like, where's like Yuya and Jusaku and Yugi? This is the most random assortment of characters, so I didn't buy any of those. But I did buy this. It's an acrylic stand, so let's quickly put it together. I still don't know who you mean by the girl, Jason. I did see a Yui plushie at one point. Oh, there's a cute girl in Sarazanmai. Well, technically one of the guys. Oh, her. Yes, 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 yes. No, there wasn't any merchandise of her. Unless, I think it was just a 3 board. So, she would have been the best one to have gotten. Yeah, I saw a Yui plushie, and I also saw like a spicy plushie, and I was like, I already have so many plushies I'm bringing home, and they're kind of difficult to pack, so I didn't buy one, unfortunately. Like, I thought hard about it. Because I've been in such a delicious party mood for some reason, I don't know why. There we go. Yeah, Aromatherapy. Oh, aromatherapy, I mean. Oh, there we go. This is so random, but I absolutely adore it. Have an acrylic stand of one of the most mid aroma girls. I would have much preferred Bergamot. She's my ace, but you know what? Or Jasmine. Jasmine's pretty sick. You know what? Aroma Seraph, you are the protagonist of that story, so it's like, I'm happy I have you. She's very cute. She'll live on my desk. I don't have. So yeah, there's that. And I also I want to make this cute, but it's not. Also, at Animate, where I bought this, can I? It's no good fucking way to do this. Okay. You're just gonna have to be headless, girly. Here we go. We got there in the end. I didn't like DP, but I'd get a Yui or spicy plushie. When I saw the spicy plushie, I literally thought of you, but I was like, that's a bit much. Yeah, one of the things I got was a whole. Oh, I should have turned it off. Fuck! Before I opened it, I got a surprise standee of the Hololive girls. None of these are the ones I, except for. So I only like girls, but mostly because Australian pride. I kind of Irish as well. I'm just intrigued by her stories. But I got this. So yeah, I really want Hakos Bales because Australian pride. I'd be happy with any of them because I don't have strong feelings about any of them beyond yay Aussie pride and oh she has an interesting rig journey. Oh my god, I've made a absolute comes in a black bag. Ooh, I got the pirate. Yay. I really don't have like how do I use it? Goes over that goes in there. No. Bales is Australian. I thought she was British or something. I don't know. I don't follow her. Yeah, she's Australian. But I can understand. But Australians have like obviously our accent evolved from like British accent. Oh, that's how it goes. From the British accent, I can understand why you'd make that assumption. But no, she's Australian. Allegedly, from the. She's probably from Queensland, New South New South Wales. I believe that's what I read. Like she hasn't said specifically where she lives, but she's just like me. She's East Coast. There we go. So you can put like 10. Yay. Is that what this is for? Petite hug stand. Yeah. I don't really get it, but there we go. I got the pirate. I don't even know her name, sorry. There's like a teeny tiny chance that I'll raffle this off. Woo! Pirate girl. Now onto something I've really been looking forward to. So this is my final surprise box. I bought it at the Tokyo Skytree because there's an anime shop on like the second floor. Yeah, so we've got some Uma Musume stuff. So there's a bunch of girls on the back I don't recognize and I have their names on them, so I can actually figure out who I get. And I'm going to be, again, there is definitely girls that it'd be an absolute score and pleasure to get, but again, I'm happy with any of them. My top ones would be Special Week, Silent Suzuka, Tokai Teo, Grass Wonder, Major McQueen, Hara Uhara, or Nice Nature. Like that's the majority of them. Like I mean, Seiyun is pretty good. Agnes Tachyon's pretty cool. They're all really fine. Like there's nothing I'm gonna be unhappy with. So let's open it up. I fucking they've gotten too long. Listen. There we go. I'm just gonna annihilate it with a pair of scissors. I don't care. That was probably dangerous. Oh, who's it gonna be? Put in your answers. It is. Oh my gosh, Silent Suzuka. That is huge. Oh my god, yes. Hells yeah, we got that girl. Oh man, I love Silent Suzuka. Her and Special Chef's Kiss. Yuri, amazing Yuri. Amazing. We love to see it. Let's get her out of the plastic. Here she is. You guys see her? Oh man. Yay, here she is. The carrot top. I'm very happy with that. I almost didn't believe it. I was like, who is? I was looking at her upside down, and I was like, I don't read upside down. I have no idea what that says. For a second, it was this Sakura Bakushin girl, maybe. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. Very nice. And for a second, I literally thought Pirate Girl was about to hold her up. Come on, girl, you can do it. I believe in you. There we go. We did it. So yeah, that gets to just about the end of my trip. So now we're at the last night in Tokyo. We go on a river cruise, and I would have loved the river cruise, but this is such a weird complaint about it. The windows were too shiny and too reflective. It was a real struggle to see out of them. Like, you just got reflections of what was happening inside. Dinner itself was not my favorite. We got like a massive feast. I barely ate any of it, which really sucked. But there was some really good stuff as well. Like, I really enjoyed tempura. Like, I love okra. Definitely an all-time vegetable favorite of mine. You can only get in Japan. That sucks. And what else did I really like? Oh, the waitress was super friendly, so I just kept getting a lot of Coca-Cola. That was nice to drink, I guess. The rice, I didn't realize it, but there were ways you could prepare rice in a way that I don't like. I have no idea what was through it, but I put one spoonful in my mouth thinking, oh man, this is going to be delicious. I'm going to destroy this in 2 seconds flat. But I put it in my mouth and I immediately put it down. I was like, nope, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't like it. And then we get the dessert saga. So we got served mochi for dessert, which was covered in like brown. I didn't really like it, and we had that before. So I already knew, but I didn't like it, so I was like, that's fine. When we get back to the hotel, there's a convenience store. I'll just buy some ice cream from it. And Jason, you can absolutely say strawberry ice cream is amazing. I found the strawberry ice cream there, but I found the Sanrio story. We'll finish the Haagen-Dazs saga first. And so there was like some ice cream, and I was looking through the flavors, like, oh, cookies and cream. I don't like cookies and cream. Strawberry ice cream, it's a bit. I get something I could have at home, so I was like, I'd have something a bit more special. Matcha, I don't like green tea, so I'll just roll it out. Oh, this one looks good. It's s'more flavored. Look at it. On the tub, it has marshmallows and chocolate sauce and like some kind of berry stuff through it as well. That looks really fun and interesting. And and a biscuit crumb too. And I'm reading it and I'm like, I'm not seeing any like s'more katakana, but I'm like, it's fine. It's probably s'mores. It wasn't s'mores. I get it back to my hotel room. I open it up. It was literally the same dessert that I'd turned down at dinner. I was a bit disappointed, to say the least. But that was kind of how it went, because in my last day in Tokyo, where any recipe I had just went out the window. It was just a point where I'm sick of trying. I'm not getting anywhere. But I was doing my best at times. According to the tour guide, I got a slight Tokyo accent happening, so that's interesting. So yeah, and this was really exhibited at the Sanrio Cafe, because I'd seen it and I was like, oh, maybe I'll go there after dinner. It was closed after dinner. This was before in Tokyo. But I come again the next day, so this is like thoughts on my anime. And yeah, I was lining up in line to get to the counter. Just a nightmare. I was like tired. I just wanted a drink. I was like, and fortunately, this amazing, kind, fluent in English Japanese lady who was like chaperoning her presumably teenage daughter and her daughter's friends to this cafe. She helps me through the screen, and when I realized, oh, this is a bit weird, I just wanted a takeaway drink. This seems like a lot of work to go through the takeaway counter. Yeah, that was because I was queuing in the wrong line. I was about to wait probably 2 hours just to get to the actual Sanrio cafe, which was beyond those stores. And because I got a ticket and my number 106, and when they finally announced who could go in next, it was 87. And I was like, I just want to drink. So I explained to the lady, and she figures out that I need to go in this other line on this other like computer screen, and eventually I get my Coca Cola, and it was the best Coca Cola I've ever had in my goddamn life. It was amazing, and it came in like a Hello Kitty cup. It wasn't like a keep cup, fortunately. It was just like a random plastic one with like Hello Kitty on it. But yeah, that was how my trip in Japan went. Now we eventually we make it back to the hotel and we say our goodbyes. It was really sad. There were a lot of hugs and kisses, and stay safe for the rest of your life. You're such a baby. You've got your whole life ahead of you. You can do all these amazing, wonderful things. Yada yada yada. It was really emotional. We took photos. Like, it was a really good group of people. Do I know most of their names? No. Literally at this time, someone called someone else Mick, and I was like, who the I've never had anyone refer to that man as Mick, but apparently that was his name the entire time. So yeah, that was interesting. 4:30 the next day and get ready. I have to leave at 6 in the morning and 8 o'clock. I don't even know. Had a good time. I'm on the same flight as this other lady I spent a bit of time with. She was in premium. I was just in like regular economy, so we didn't sit close to each other. But we ended up at the Singapore airport together, and we had one final hurrah with each other. We talked about the high points, what we were going to do next, and all that sort of thing. It was really nice. She was a really lovely lady. She gave me some advice, and we did the nice little tourist. It was almost like an art niece camping. I'd almost call it. I think that's the way to describe it. Then after that, because she's from Victoria and I'm from New South Wales, we were getting on different flights at different times. So we said goodbye. That was really sad. I'm glad I got a picture of her because she's like a literal clone of a lady I know in real life. So I was like, I need to show her this picture later. Yeah. The flights to like Tokyo to Singapore, Singapore to Sydney, they went much smoother for me. I obviously didn't miss any flights this time around. I had much more time in Singapore, obviously, to catch my flight, so that was nice. But in Singapore airport, they don't always put your gate number on your ticket, and they'll put boarding numbers at strange hours. So it's like, yeah, this is 2 hours beforehand, but still not gonna tell you what gate you're meant to be at. But I got there where I needed to be. I did ask several staff members, hey, just double check I'm in the right place. I was just so nervous about missing my flight again. Yeah, I watched some more movies. I finally watched Across the Spider-Verse. I watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Was anyone going to tell me that it was hashtag like that? If you know, you know. Specifically regarding Sigmund Freud and the weird minor subplot with Bill and his mum. That was some premium Mary and only that. What else did I watch? I was completely skipping over this movie, but then I noticed that Brendan Fraser is on the cover, and I was like, oh my god, Brendan Fraser in his peak in the 90s. What do you mean Steve Buscemi and Adam Sandler are in this movie? And then I actually read, and I'm like, oh my god, this sounds hilarious, and it was. Airheads, it's a surprisingly good movie about a team of metalheads who take a radio station hostage using toy guns. Mightn't be everyone's cup of tea, but I thought it was hilarious. Um, what else? I watched Deadpool 2. The mutants in the MCU was the only MCU I'll have anything to do with. Deadpool 2 was amazing. I have no hopes for a Deadpool 3, which sucks because it felt like they were building up to one. What else? I started to watch Logan, but it was kind of boring, and I kind of expected that. I tried to watch Logan before, but I was like, I like the team elements of the mutants. I like to see lots of people with lots of weird powers. So now it's like I really want to rewatch all the mutants movies. But yeah, I fell asleep during Logan, but that's fine because when I woke up, it was like 1 hour to landing in Sydney. That went by not overly painfully. A little bit of turbulence on that flight, I feel. was really like there was a moment where I was like I was half asleep and then I was fully awake after some turbulence. I arrive in Sydney. I get sassed by like a security guard, and I'm like still reeling because here's the thing. In Hong Kong airport, when nationals arrive, there's literally and this is the same for Narita airport. So, I'm 50-50 out of all the airports I've ever landed in. 50% of them have like provided desks with pens and paper to fill out the cards. Because I just realized I forgot to talk about the eater bag. Because I bought an eater bag in Japan and I didn't know how else to bring it home. So I put my regular handbag inside my eater bag, and then there's barely any room for like my phone. I was not going to stick my to find my one pen that I was even at points my pen. I don't even remember. So I just asked this lady for a pen. And she was like, "You should have brought your own." And I was like, "Dude, 50% of the airports I've been in my life have provided pens when asked. You did not need to sass me." So I was a bit disgruntled about that. So it's like I'm honest to God close to like finding a feedback form and being like, "Hey, can you guys provide desks? If you guys are going to tell people to fill out these forms, can you at least like provide them with a pen?" Because they do that in Singapore, I'm not Singapore, they do that in Hong Kong, they do that in Tokyo. Why can't you guys do it in Sydney? Like Singapore, because they're fully like they have iPads that you can use instead. So it's like you could almost argue 75% of the airports I've been in have provided some sort of way for tourists to fill out forms. So don't sass me, security lady. I know I'm a dumbass, but still. And you probably deal with people dumber than me every day. So it's like, I won't speak to your manager. But yeah, I arrived in Sydney. I'm starving because on the flight, I asked for the spicy chicken because I'm like, hells yeah, I love spicy chicken. And they served me it. And I open it up and I'm like, this rice is blue. Is it meant to be blue? Like, when I say blue, I'm talking, have you guys seen that meme of that person rice in Gatorade? That is literally what I thought they served me. So I didn't eat very much on the flight. And I only got like 2 drinks. I got 1 water, 1 Coke. On the other flight, I got at least 3. So I was a bit disgruntled. So I'm walking into the food court and I immediately see a Mad Max and I'm like, hells yeah, brother. Finally, real food. So I go to town on a burrito. Then after that, yeah, not much happened. I get on my next flight so I can go home. Now I'm home. Now I'm streaming. So that's it. That's the entire past 2 weeks of my life condensed into 2 hours and 17 minutes and 10 seconds. But yeah, I had a really good time in Japan. I will admit, I think I had more fun on my first trip. I think I liked the crowd bar. Like everyone was super nice of it. I was like kind of ready to like that was just a moment where can you please stop saying the same story twice? There was just kind of I'm too comfortable with people, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm glad I got to share. It's a really good dry run for any future handcam streams because it's like, okay, I need to do something about my lighting. I need to be mindful that sometimes my camera makes things blurry, especially when they're small items like these ones. So yeah, because I'd really like to do an unboxing of like some Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something one day. That pack with the new aroma was like has my name on it, so that could be something in the future. I'm very curious to see how the vlog's going to turn out. Yeah, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Do you guys want to do a raid? It says I only have 1, but I'm thinking there might be more. If anyone wants to suggest anyone or just tie it up here, totally fine either way. I've had a really good afternoon. It was just so nice to just pour everything out. Tomorrow I'm going to do it all again with everyone who's getting gifts. Probably. I'm also streaming tomorrow, Duolingo, yay, because I felt illiterate on this trip at points, so I did learn a couple like one new word, matsu, which just means pine tree. That's interesting. Yeah, I think I'll end it up here. No one's suggesting a raid. So I'm just acknowledging that since I want to be more conscious of it. There's a voice in my head saying, yeah, good night. Yeah, I'll save this announcement for tomorrow. Okay, bye bye. See you guys later. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too.